So you may have an equivalence. In that case, we will ask you to share the equivalence with us. The CISO's team will take in consideration the equivalence, and if they consider the equivalence is valid, in that stage, you will not be engaged in the CyberVadis process. In case you not have been already assessed by CyberVadis or you don't have an equivalence, in that case, we will propose you to be onboarded in the CyberVadis journey. And you will see that Simonetta will give you all the details, all the different steps where you will be concerned. Just a message on that. L'Oreal has decided to sponsor the assessment of CyberVadis. So the first assessment is paid by L'Oreal. You will have on the corner detail of the cost depending of the number of employees you have in your company. So L'Oreal paid the first assessment, and we will count on you to pay for the following ones. We'll get more into the details in just a few slides. Pierrick, I let you introduce the different equivalents. Make sure you're not on mute.
Yes. So about
Perfect.
the different equivalents we validate, as stated by Yasmin, we will put at your disposal an email address where you can forward the different reports and proofs you have this international certification. So to this date, we validate ISO 27001, PCI DSS when it applies to the third party, SOC 2 Type 2 report, or any cyber GRX or process unity report you may have. So don't hesitate forwarding any document related or report related to these certifications or assessments to the dedicated email address. So while we validate this type of certifications, there are some types of evidences that or of equivalent that we don't validate, such as security scorecard or BitSight score, because they don't match with what we target in terms of cybersecurity assessment and cybersecurity maturity score. Thank you.
Thank you, Pierrick. Don't hesitate if you have any question, put all the question in the chat. We will have a dedicated Q&A session at the end of this webinar. Now, I leave the floor to Simonetta in order to go more into the detail of who is CyberVadis and how does it work.
Thank you, Yasmin. Great, so let's get started on this one. With regards to CyberVadis, we are a company assessing the cyber security and data privacy maturity of companies, working together with L'Oreal since 2020, so it's been 5 years already on this road. We are a French company. We were founded in 2018 by EcoVadis, who are a world leader in sustainability ratings. Today we are sister companies. When it comes to our team, I will share a bit more information on the next slide. We have already assessed thousands of companies in more than 110 companies, thanks to our international team who will be, supporting you. Also, we have an in-house team to review your questionnaire and evidences, as we are providing an online questionnaire based on evidence in order to deliver our assessments. Moving forward, I will summarize for you the key process in 4 steps, and then we will enter into the details a bit together. So first of all, we will present to you a bit later the timeline, but for those that are applicable for a CyberVadis assessment, you will be receiving early May, it will be on the 5th, an invitation from CyberVadis by email. You will need to click on the dedicated link to your company and subscribe online. It takes only a few minutes. You will be also able to invite your colleagues from information security or data privacy department in order to collaborate together in terms of completing the questionnaire, which is again online and customized fully to your company. We constructed a framework which is based on the major international standards and frameworks such as NIST, ISO 27001, GDPR, or NIS2. We are also maintaining our framework on a regular basis, ensuring that the companies we assess, they can keep up to date with the latest rules and regulations. After that, so basically you need to respond to this questionnaire, selecting all the controls that apply to your company, and very importantly, you need to provide that evidence in order to support your responses. And once you validate and submit your questionnaire, our in-house team of experts will be reviewing your responses and documentation. Once the analysis is complete, we will be publishing your results in your own account. Basically, it will be also visible to L'Oreal itself. And it will consist of a very detailed scorecard with regards to our findings on your cybersecurity practices, containing the strengths but also the points to improve, which we will group into a dedicated customized improvement plan for your company, helping you to improve moving forward and also to enable the securization of the L'Oreal supply chain. Very importantly, with regards to the fourth step, I would like to highlight some further benefits of your subscription with CyberVadis. You will be also able to reshare those results free of charge with any other business partners, thanks to the fact that we will be assessing your company as a whole, not only your relationship that you're sharing with L'Oreal, but globally your company. Therefore, results can be relevant for any other clients you might have. Also to mention that we believe in regular reassessments. So basically there is a yearly subscription model that we are proposing to you with an automatic renewal, inviting you to get reassessed. Of course, you also have a way to opt out by email. We will speak about that in a bit more detail on the coming slides. Moving to the next slide here. Yes, so I wanted to highlight with regards to the questionnaire itself. So rest assured, as I mentioned, it's tailored to your company. We will take into consideration not only the number of full-time employees you might have, your company might have, but also the specificities of the business sector. So for example, for the banking industry, we might focus on specific areas such as the securization of payments. And we will also consider as a third aspect the IT practices of your company. Just to share a few examples, if you have a Wi-Fi connection or if you have bring your own device policies, each time if you declare some additional practices, we will make sure to address those ones with dedicated questions and controls in the questionnaire. The main goal of this customization is that at the end, you will find a questionnaire in the tool that is fully tailored to your company. So there will be no questions or security controls that are not applicable to you as an organization. Very important, keep in mind you will need to select all the controls that apply to your company. But rest assured, during the questionnaire phase and in this whole journey, you will have quite some help content within the tool itself, helping you to understand how to complete the questionnaire, how to understand some questions or controls. And we also have a chat function where you can contact my colleagues for more clarification if it's needed. When it comes to the next slide, this tells you a bit more information with regards to the evidence we require in the questionnaire and basically the fact how we secure your data. As for us, it's very important that you feel comfortable sharing that data with CyberVadis, which is really key for us in order to deliver representative results of your maturity in the platform itself. I already mentioned, I believe that in terms of evidence, we will require both policies and proof of implementation screenshots from you in the tool. And basically, during the registration phase, we will ensure to enter into a contractual relationship with your company by having you accepting our terms and conditions. Already the terms and conditions guarantees the confidentiality of the data that we will be receiving from you in the tool. And also you might visit our trust center, which explains how we secure customer data. The links are embedded in this slide, but you can also easily find the information on the internet if you wish to review those information in advance, let's say. At the bottom on the left side, you can see which topics are covered in the questionnaire. It's a quite broad spectrum, I would say, not only limited to cybersecurity as we discussed, but also there is a data privacy and data protection aspect in here. On the right side, in the box, you can see some arguments that is here, let's say, to reassure you to feel comfortable sharing data with us. I already mentioned we are a French company. You can also consider, of course, that all our employees signed a confidentiality agreement with us, and it's only our in-house cybersecurity expert team who will be accessing the evidence for the purpose of the assessment. You also have the option of sharing non-sensitive documentation with us. For example, just a few parts of your policy or masking some confidential information. For us, the goal is really to understand how you operate and what are your practices in terms of the specific measures, and not to, get access to some sensitive data. So feel free to hide those ones if you feel more comfortable. And just to add in here, before we move forward, is that upon request, we are also able to sign a mutual NDA with your company. We do have a template in place which we can easily send out to you if it's required. And lastly, upon request, we can also delete the documentation following that the assessment is published. Just keep in mind that in that case, for the reassessment, you would lose that data in terms of documentation that you already loaded to the platform, as well as we wouldn't have the ability to respond to some clarification questions later on with regards to, the scoring we assigned based on the documentation received from you. So those were the key elements. Now I wanted to introduce you a bit the team that we have in here and who are really dedicated, to assist you in this whole process. Keep in mind it's a growing team. We are currently hiring some colleagues, so you might have some new names in the process in this journey. On the left side, it's our onboarding team who will be in touch with you by email and phone. Each of the companies that are invited by L'Oreal will have their own assigned person based on their location and language capabilities. So get ready to receive their emails. And on the right side, we have the colleagues from the support team who are available especially during the questionnaire phase, or they would be the ones responding if you contact support@cybervadis.com. Please, if you receive their queries, emails, it would be greatly appreciated if you can collaborate with this team on a timely and in an efficient manner. Thank you so much. Moving forward, I think, yes, there is one more slide. I still wanted to do a focus with regards to our subscription model, because it's quite key that you understand it, how it works. As I already mentioned, once you click on the unique link, you will be able to accept the terms and conditions and basically subscribe with CyberVadis for this yearly subscription. It's important to note that the start date of your subscription will be the date once you basically register with this link, and then we will start counting, let's say, the first sponsored subscription year by L'Oreal. as mentioned by Yasmin earlier, they will require your company to get assessed every 2 years. However, in parallel, the business model of CyberVadis is a tacitly renewing subscription. So please consider, in case you don't opt out by email, your subscription will be renewing for the 2nd year, and we will be sending you an invoice and inviting you to get reassessed. You can see a few informative prices on the left, which are the fees for 2025. We might expect some slight change for next year, but overall it gives you a great idea in terms of the price ranges you might expect for next year. Of course, our goal is to make sure to provide you with a benefit for this subscription. So just like for the first year, you will have it. For the renewed subscription, what are the benefits? Let's review those ones. So in the first place, if you renew the subscription, you will be able to maintain access to the CyberVadis platform, which will enable you on one end to keep working on your improvement plan generated by CyberVadis. It might be a longer journey for you. And also, once you feel ready, you can also retake a reassessment even before the 2 years with L'Oreal. Maybe by that time you share your scorecard with other customers as well, and that might be handy for you to get an updated view. So sharing of the results, as I mentioned, you can keep sharing the results if you renewed your subscription, as well as keep receiving assistance from our team, not only during the questionnaire phase, but also following the assessment. If you have some questions, you would need some assistance, feel free to contact our teams. So those are the key information on the subscription itself. We can move to the next slide. Here it's just to show you that we will be sending notification emails about the renewal prior to the event happening on the anniversary date. So rest assured you will be notified, and we are also sharing the way of unsubscribing, let's say, by contacting the dedicated unsubscribe@cybervadis.com email address. Yes, so here that was the key message, and back to you, Yasmin, on this slide.
Thank you, Simonetta. So regarding the score and the assessment which is provided by CyberVadis, CyberVadis will provide you an overall score from 0 to 1,000 and 4 subscore. Data privacy GDPR subscore, data protection subscore, third-party management subscore, and business continuity subscore. For L'Oreal, and validated with our global CISO, the minimum score which is acceptable is 550, or as an overall score, or for one of the 4 subscores. So in case you have a score which is below 550, for L'Oreal, we will ask you to follow the recommendation of CyberVadis in order to improve the score, because we consider that the maturity of your company is not enough for L'Oreal. And we will recommend you to follow the observation and recommendation of CyberVadis. And you will see that Simonetta will go into the details in a few minutes. If your score is above 550, meaning that you have a moderate, developed, or mature score, at this stage, we will consider that you have a good maturity level regarding cybersecurity and data privacy. And for sure, you can continue to improve your score in a continuous improvement journey, but the score will be considered as sufficient for us. As Simonetta mentioned, the business model of CyberVadis is an annual renewal. So with all the benefits to continue the renewal with the CyberVadis. And for L'Oreal, the score will be valid for 2 years. And 2 years after the first anniversary, you will be asked by L'Oreal to provide a new actualized score. In case you have a score which is below 550, our buyers, your key contact, will send you this letter, which is co-signed by Daniel, by Sylvie, and Jean-Jacques Mallet, asking you to deeply follow the recommendation of CyberVadis regarding the improvement plan to boost your score. Now I let Simonetta come back on the improvement possibility for you to develop your maturity level.
Thank you, Yasmin. Even before that, jumping into the improvement plan, I wanted just to address, as Yasmin mentioned, you will need to achieve at least 550 scores in terms of overall score and focus area. You might wonder, what you need to do in order to reach that score. Here we don't have a magic recipe with, some exact guidance we could give, but I would advise to all of you to try to complete the questionnaire in the best possible manner, meaning you make sure that you declare all the controls that apply to your company, and then you ensure to attach a document to each of the proof, because in case you declare the proof but attach no documents, we will not be able to give you a score. So keep in mind you need to document all your responses. So that's the key takeaway, I would say, for the questionnaire phase. And when it comes to the improvement section, you will be receiving this dedicated plan. And also from the tool, you can download this executive summary, for which you see an example on the screen. It's a one-pager with the key findings of the assessment. And basically at the bottom, you can already find which are the 5 most impactful improvement points for your company, meaning how much points they add up on top of your global score. So that can be a good starting point, let's say. But then moving to the next slide, you will see that there are some other points that you can take into consideration in the improvement plan. Globally, it will be customized to your results. And there are 3 columns, including in progress and completed, to demonstrate your progress, as well as this built-in help content per each card that you can study. On the cards, you also have the plus green numbers that help you to find out the potential expected score brought by each card. And here on the top, you can see we are able to forecast you a new score based on the items that you are declaring as being completed. It's not yet present in this GIF, but we also have some additional insights in this improvement plan. For example, the critical controls. So all those improvement actions that are flagged as a critical controls, those are measures that we believe at CyberVadis, with our cyber experts, let's say, that those are very essential for any company to have them in place. This represents approximately like 10% of the total controls. So I highly recommend you, in case you have any critical controls as an improvement, to take a look on those ones. They are also a good starting point. As well as you might find the NIS2 labels with regards to which actions are in scope for NIS2 in case your company is concerned. So that can be also a great aspect to consider. Keep in mind we have a dedicated email address, improve@cybervadis.com. In case you have some specific questions related to the improvement plan, we can help you further on this part. We can move to the next slide, and I would congratulate L'Oreal on the great results.
Yeah, I will take this one. So L'Oreal played the game as well. So we have been assessed in 2022 with 880 score, and as you can see, we improve our score to 918. So we reach gold level of CyberVadis evaluation. And what is really, really interesting, and I can share that I was in charge of data privacy. The questions are very practical one, and it asks you to really upload the evidences, for example, your communication plan you have on data privacy, what type of governance do you implement, what are the learning session, or how many learning sessions did you organize, do you follow up the completion of your learning in data privacy, and so on. And you see that answering the question and bringing evidences to this questionnaire raise you a better and better score. And you can see we are not perfect. We are not at 1,000 out of 1,000. We still have some improvement area and action to be managed, to help to reach better scores. So it's very, very didactic tool as well. So really, I recommend it from data privacy perspective as well. Back to you, Yasmin or Simonetta.
Thank you, Andrea, and thank you everyone for contributing to the great score for L'Oréal. So now let's jump on the planning and next step for 2025 campaign. Keep in mind that we have two main deadlines. The first one is end of April. As Pierrick mentioned and myself in the introduction, you can share your equivalence to the dedicated email address before end of April. Any question, Pierrick will answer it directly on the chat. Pierrick, we had a question regarding the system of equivalence for the group. I'll let you answer it. And the second deadline is beginning of May. The 5th of May, where you will receive from CyberVadis the link to the onboarding process to follow. And Simonetta will show you into the detail the different screenshot. Third deadline to have in mind is the completude of your questionnaire. We expect from you to finalize your questionnaire before mid of June, the 13th of June to be precise, in order we can have time together to continue to develop your maturity level and for you to address the opening points to boost your score. So 3 deadline, end of April for the equivalence, beginning of May for the onboarding process on CyberVadis, and 13th of June for the completude of your questionnaire. For sure you can complete before and better it is for us, but try to really respect this deadline for us to have a global consolidation of the view. Simonetta, let's introduce the onboarding step.
Thank you, Yasmin. Yes. So here, what you see on the screen, these are 4 screenshots which represents the subscription/registration phase with CyberVadis. As I mentioned, early May, we will be sending out to you the registration emails containing a unique link. Once you click on this link, you will be seeing these 4 screens where we are asking you to confirm the data of the key contact at L'Oréal, your company details, as well as in the third step, the billing details. This part is important for us because even if the first year is sponsored by L'Oréal, we need to collect those billing details in order to be invoice you for the renewal in case you stay with CyberVadis. And then in the 4th step, we are summarizing the offer that you are taking in here, highlighting that for the first year, you have nothing to pay as you were sponsored by L'Oréal. And this is the moment where you need to accept our terms and conditions in order to enter into a contractual relationship with CyberVadis. And lastly, but very importantly, you also need to accept sharing your results with L'Oréal following the publication. So as soon as you can register, that would be very great in the process. And once you sign up for your information, by default, our system will assign to your company 20 calendar days to complete the questionnaire. I know with L'Oreal you have the deadline of the 13th of June, so if it's required, feel free to ask for a short extension from our team. No worries on that. Even if you miss the deadline, you won't be locked out from the system. So just keep on working on the questionnaire, and thank you for ensuring that you submit it by the 13th of June, the latest, with sufficient supporting evidence. That would be very important to avoid inequality issues in the process. And then we can jump to a quick recap on the process. Here we have a short 2 minutes video that we would like to play for you, just to see some screens from the process that is waiting for you.
In this video, I would like to demonstrate CyberVadis and how to get most out of the assessment. Very first step in this process would be to register on the platform. Registration just takes 5 minutes to complete by answering some basic questions regarding your company's activity, size, and location. When you log into CyberVadis, you will be landing to the page with all essential information before getting started. For example, here is the questionnaire deadline, and here is the progress bar for the entire process. Also, you have an opportunity to invite your colleagues in order to fill out the questionnaire simultaneously and efficiently. Then we will be asking you to answer some qualification questions regarding your main cybersecurity practices. This will enable us to create your customized questionnaire without any irrelevant questions in it. While responding to the questionnaire, most questions have multiple choice options where more than one answer can be selected. In order to receive a full credit for a question, you must select all the options and provide supporting documentation to justify each answer. In case you require further support with regards to specific question or a particular answering options, we invite you to consult our related help tips, as well as to reach out to our support team directly in the chat. Once the assessment is complete by our in-house team of cybersecurity analysts, as a result, you will get an actionable scorecard, which consists of an overview of your current cybersecurity posture, alongside with strengths and benchmarks that are easy to understand and can be shared everywhere. In other words, you and your teams will save some time, and instead of going through multiple cybersecurity questionnaires, you will be able to share a single CyberVadis scorecard across many partners. Depending on your score, you will receive a customized improvement plan, which will be prioritized for you. You can use these recommendations as a guideline to developing a stronger cybersecurity posture, and as a result, showcase it with your partners.
Great. Let me also add with regards to the video itself, is that great news is that we recently revamped the outlook of our questionnaire. So once you will be completing and working on it, you will have a more refreshed look and also a smoother experience. So we look forward to have you in that stage of the process. Back to Yasmin, the word.
Thank you, Simonetta. Yes, regarding the campaign, it's a worldwide campaign, considering all the domain, all the zone, all the division, and all the country. So we will monitor the progress of the campaign at a global level with the support of the sourcing excellence from the zone, the data privacy team, and the CISOs team. So we continue to respect the timeline, 13th of June, to have your questionnaire fully completed with the evidence proof given to CyberVadis. In case you have any question, don't hesitate to solicit directly CyberVadis team. And in case you have questions for L'Oreal, for sure you can contact your key contact on the sourcing side. We have put some frequently asked questions. So I will let Simonetta spot some of them.
Thank you, Yasmin. So yes, I jumped a bit quick. Before opening the official Q&A in the chat, don't hesitate to ask your questions in there. Just to review a few questions with you. For example, in the second box on the questionnaires, and languages available in the questionnaire. You can see that there are 9 different languages today that you can select once you are working on the questionnaire. And I would like to highlight that in terms of the supporting documentation that you are required to attach, in case it's different from the languages that are listed, no worries on that. You don't need to translate the existing documentation of your company. Feel free to attach them in the original language that they are. You can also visit the CyberVadis Help Center, help.cybervadis.com, which consists of multiple frequently asked questions in case you wish to discover a process a bit in advance. And lastly, in here, we are sharing some feedback from already assessed companies amongst the thousands, such as Amazon, Microsoft, or Accenture, that are sharing the key benefits they had within the process. So at this stage, I think we can open the Q&A session and look at the questions in the chat. In the meantime, there were a few questions on the slide. It will be shared with the deck with you, so you can consult the presentation for the appendix of questions. Make sure to put your questions in the chat. It's a great moment to benefit both L'Oreal being present here and CyberVadis.
Yeah, the question that were raised was about certification. If a combination of certification needed to be provided to L'Oreal, and Pierrick answered to this question, we need you to provide either ISO 27001 or SOC 2 TP2 or CyberGRX or Process Unity, and the certification must be validated by CISO team at L'Oreal, and then you are exempted. You do not need to subscribe to CyberVadis.
Exactly.
And concerning second question was concerning renewal, yearly renewal of CyberVadis subscription compared to L'Oreal approach to have assessment every 2 years. So if you do not renew on yearly basis your subscription, then you will need to resubscribe again or to get other type of certification which have been shared previously in the presentation. Our recommendation, but it's up to you to really renew subscription, because then you can have all the benefits that Simonetta shared with you, and you keep access to the platform as well.
Great. In the meantime, Pierre, go ahead before I pick the question.
I just noted this question also about how the process is articulated for small businesses. So I just wanted to precise that we have like CyberVadis, but I will leave you complete Simonetta. But the questionnaire from CyberVadis is sized as per the size of the company. They take into consideration the size of the assessed companies. So I will leave Simonetta bring like more precisions to that.
Yes. Sorry, Pierre, could you repeat the last point? I was reading a question.
Yeah, the question is about, we have a question about how the process is articulated. I think the person is talking about the CyberVadis process. How is it articulated for small businesses?
Yes.
So around 2 to 3 employees.
Yeah. Yes, I was just checking on that one. Exactly. So basically for those smaller companies, even if you're 2 to 3 employees, it should be fine responding to the CyberVadis questionnaire. The recommendation we have is not to use the process for 1% companies if it's a single employee, let's say, an entrepreneur. But for those smaller ones, we do have customized questionnaire to very small micro enterprises. So no worries on that one. Also, I see one question which is asking about the scope, saying that the company is doing business with L'Oreal Canada, and they are asking if they could complete the questionnaire only for the Canadian scope. I would say that during the registration process, you will see quite clearly which country is being requested by L'Oreal. This is an information that L'Oreal provides to CyberVadis in advance, and basically this will represent the assessment scope. So in advance you will see the country being precise, and therefore it will be quite straightforward for you which entity per country of operation needs to respond to this questionnaire. I hope it responds to both questions on the scope itself. Let us know if something is not clear in the chat. Great.
Any other question? Yeah, so we are on time. I really want to thank Simonetta, Andrea, and Pierrick to co-animate this session with me today. We really count on you to participate to the journey with us. You've seen that L'Oreal plays the game. It works. So we count on you to do the same. Any question, don't hesitate. I will share with you the PowerPoint presentation, the remind of the email where you can share with us the equivalence, and the recording session as well. Thanks again for your engagement. We count on you and hope to see you soon on CyberVadis platform or with your equivalence. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
you